A big thank you to the sponsors of this video, Pokemon Mega Constructs. Whoa! They make these neat buildable Pokemon figurines, and they sent me all of these goodies to have a look at. I couldn't decide which one to build, so the obvious answer is to build 4 at once. Right now I'm building Lucario, Ponyta, Kadabra, and Mew. The Mew has nearly 200 pieces, so it's a challenge. But a challenge I accept. All of the sets come with booklets to help guide you through the different steps, and before you know it, you can start to see the Pokemon come to life piece by piece. Sitting down and just watching it all come together was really therapeutic. I can imagine just sitting down with a warm drink on a cold afternoon and building away. And lucky for me, this Eevee is gonna last for many afternoons because it has over 800 pieces. But as for our other models, they're done. Set your eyes upon the beautiful fruits of my labor. Many of them actually come with their own buildable scenery. Lucario's throwing an aura sphere, Ponyta has its own fiery scene, and Kadabra's launching a psychic attack. Not only are these models super cute, but they're super poseable. With this Pikachu, you can wiggle around his ears and his tail, or put him into a pose ready for battle. He's sleeping now though. Don't wake him. Pikachu is a Pokemon of many talents, so I thought I'd try my hand at photography, and I took him outside for a little autumn-themed photo shoot. He's so photogenic. If Pokemon is one thing, it's collectible, and these are no exception. They have a super wide range of Pokemon to pick from across every generation. All of the figures in this video and more are available now, so you can collect them all. I had big plans to get out into the world and do stuff this year. Didn't quite work out. At the beginning of the year, I bought 2 items I planned to take with me on my travels. Yes, instead of booking a therapy session, I spent nearly £100 on these Pokemon Tamagotchi things. This is tax exemptable. So what exactly are these things? The answer is the Pocket Pikachu 1 and 2. Well, technically they're called the Pokemon Pikachus in the West, but that's a laughably terrible name, so I ain't using it. Seriously, you ain't gonna find these by typing in Pokemon Pikachu into eBay, it's not happening. They were released in the late 90s, which is past my scope and makes me feel better about my increasing age. I'd only heard of them in passing, but I wanted to know more. The first one was released in 1998 in the States, followed by the Pikachu 2 GS, or the Pikachu Color as it's known in Europe. It bothers me that it's only known as the Pikachu Color in Europe, but they still spell the word color the American way. I don't care if it's for consistency, I demand my proper spelling and I demand it now. Both of the boxes have Ash on it, which kinda speaks to how long ago they were made. What else is on the first one? Pokemon Pikachu. My friend for life? Pika Pika. Pikachu loves you? He does? Oh wait, he only likes you if you give him stuff. There's always a catch. I was anxious to meet Pikachu for the first time. What if he really didn't like me? But then I realised that I needn't worry. Both devices had no batteries and were completely dead inside, so at the very least, we already have something in common. I actually didn't start using them until 2 months after I booted them up because I had other things to work on, but that won't make a difference, right? What does that mean? How do I get it back? I know I deserve someone that actually values me, but I'm gonna give Pikachu a chance to realize the error of his ways. CandyEvie says that if you shake him real hard, he'll come back, so I thought I'd give it a go. CandyEvie, you told me he'd come back if I did this. Oh my gosh, I can fake the steps. Yes! With no other option left, I had to pull the plug. All my progress, gone. But at least Pikachu is okay with me now. I was still pretty in the dark with what exactly these things do, so let's have a look. So you gain Pikachu's friendship by giving it watts. There are 5 stages for both devices. But I couldn't get a solid answer on just how many watts you actually needed to advance to the next level. I found this one page that looks like it was written 20 years ago saying it takes roughly 2,000 watts between levels for the first one. No clue what that means for Pikachu number 2, but it's a start. Okay, so if 1 watt is 20 steps, and let's say I need another 6,000 watts for Pikachu to really like me, that's another 120,000 steps. Put that into a step converter and that comes out to 51 miles. Okay, Pikachu, I'm gonna level with you here. I have 3 days to submit the first draft of this video. You gotta cut me some slack here. Oh, and also, if you miss a day, your friendship with Pikachu will decrease by 500 to 600 watts. He's got some serious abandonment issues. He doesn't need watts, he needs a therapist. As I'm sure most of you who had these growing up would know, most of the watts you get ain't through walking. No, they're from shaking. I am 22 years old. But even then, I was shaking from fright from the amount of shaking I had to do. I've seen people do things like strapping it to a running fan, but I couldn't seem to get that to work. But as it would happen, the solution to this was right in front of me. And so I used my father as free labor. But aside from trying to earn Pikachu's love, what else can you do on these? Well, with the first one, not so much. There's a bunch of different animations you can see from Pikachu as you gain his friendship, but other than that, there's a slot machine and an alarm. Apparently there's a certificate if you reach 1,000,000 steps, and as much as my completionist self wants so badly to have it in my possession, I probably haven't made 1,000,000 steps this year, so it ain't happening. Time for number 2. So this one has an alarm, except this time you can customize it. At least I think you can. I think mine might be broken. There's also more gambling because remember, this is pre-game Quanaban, so we're good here. But by far the most interesting feature on the color version is its communication capabilities. Because not only can this one communicate with other copies of the device, it can also connect with the Gen 2 games. It's a full-on poker walker, only Pikachu will never be free from its plastic prison. Depending on how many watts you send, you can get lots of different items through Mystery Gift. I never knew about this before, and in my abundance of time, I thought it would be a cool idea to test it out. Bearing in mind that you can't actually activate Mystery Gift until Goldenrod City, and none of my copies of Gen 2 were even played through. I am unhappy. So I have 3 copies of Pokemon Silver, right? Unbeknownst to me, all 3 of them, dead batteries. I get 3 hours into this game just to come back and the save file's gone. So I'm just like, oh yeah, it's okay. I've got a battery here. I can just replace it, right? Yeah. No, take a look at this. I have never seen one of these screws in my life. I don't have a screwdriver for this. I had to make one out of a pen. And you want to know the worst part? It worked. Time to replace the battery. I am going to lose it. I was trying to repair the battery, all going well, until I snapped one of the prongs off. I've repaired batteries before. This is the first time this has happened. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I have about 8 hours to get this video completely done. Oh, I ain't doing well. Okay, tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and get to Mystery Gift just without saving at all. Wish me luck. So I did it. I don't want to talk about what time it is. This is the NPC that we're looking for. There she is. I looked up speedrun stats for this. This is my guy. Oh. Yeah, now I can soft reset and go and do Mystery Gift. Look at him, he's having fun. This is making me nervous. Tell me it works with us, please. Oh no! Okay, just looked it up. The Game Boy Advance doesn't have an IR port. I didn't know, so fortunately I do have a Game Boy Color, but it's just the question of once I take out this cart, is it gonna keep my save file? I did notice that the cart would tend to hold on to my save file for like maybe a few minutes before realizing there wasn't a battery and deleting it, so you know, I'll cross my fingers and just transfer it real quick, we might be in luck. You're about to see the world's fastest game change ever. Okay. Okay, get it in there. Alright. We won't be able to see what we're doing quite as well, because this is why I didn't want to use the color, because it's so dumb, but, you know. Yeah, knew it! Attempt number 2. We want to send 200 watts. I forget what item that is, but we're gonna find out. Something's happening. It took forever, but I got it to work. Finally! I was beginning to lose hope, but we did it. There it is. Hey, I got a berry. I want to send some Eon mail. That only costs 1 watt. Let's do it. Whoa, would you look at that? It works. You know, Eon mail is actually an item that you can only get through Mystery Gift, so unless I have Stadium, which I don't, this is the only way I could get it. Was it worth all of the trauma? I don't know, but we did it. I was determined to max out my friendship with both Pikachu. Me and my dad, mostly me, I only exploit my family a normal amount, had managed to get over 20,000 steps, or 1,000 watts. But I was running out of time and needed a solution. But as it would turn out, all of my problems could be solved by gambling. I hadn't really touched the mini-games at this point for fear of wasting all of my watts, but at this point I was getting desperate. I had a couple hundred watts to spare on Pikachu number 1, so let's go. Ah. Dude, what? I got a little bit carried away and started making a tally. If my numbers are accurate, you get a win roughly 5% of the time, with each spin costing 5 watts. Triple sevens give the biggest payout of 500 watts. I'd find that I could usually tell when I was about to get sevens because you'd start to see a lot more of them in the spins leading up to it. It's a really big payout, but since it's so luck-based, you can easily lose hundreds at a time, so I didn't go on too much longer. Pikachu number 2's game is also 5 watts a spin and has playing cards. It's still very much luck-based, but it's a lot easier to get watts fairly consistently. Pikachu shows you a card and you have to guess if the card he has left is higher or lower. It's simple probability. An all-or-nothing type game where the amount of watts you get increases every turn, but if you get one wrong guess, you lose everything. It's way better to win watts, but at times it can be soul-crushing. I didn't mean to do that. It's not like I had a 12 to 1 chance of winning that, even though I misclicked anyway because I just hit the 100 bonus. I'm fine. Okay, I have tried. But he still hates me, so I think I'm gonna have to reset him again. Go on. Oh. There we go. I'm sorry, it had to be done. Okay, so I've walked over 40,000 steps. And Pikachu left me again! Okay, so he just left after I changed the clock, so apparently he doesn't like it when you change the time. But he was already mad at me again. I didn't even do anything. I was saving up all my watts to give them to him in one go, so like, maybe he just throws a hissy fit if you don't give him watts every single day, but I can't even give them to him now. Yeah, where is he? He ain't coming back. Listen, bud, you have played with me enough. I ain't falling for it again. I'm gonna try my luck with the other Pikachu. I have spent so long playing cards with Pikachu. But it may be worth it. Cause look at all the watts I have. It's time to give some to him. Love me. I worked really hard on these for you. Just for you. Okay, I have given Pikachu many thousands of watts. And we're now friends. I'm pretty sure there's a level above this, but this is a victory for me. I thought that when I bought these it would just be a fun little idea for a video, but they ended up being far more than I bargained for. Pikachu's unsatisfiable need for validation surpasses even my own. It's quite a feat. But for now, I think I've seen enough Pikachu to last me a lifetime, so I'm out. Hello, thank you for watching the video made by me. Gotta give a big thank you again to Pokemon Mega Constructs for sponsoring this video. Thank you. This is one of my favorite videos I've made in a while, and I hope you liked it too. Hoping to get some videos out about Crown Tundra soon. Maybe I already have. I don't know when I'm uploading this, so thank you for the support on the last few videos. I'm really enjoying making these obscure topics, so it's nice to see that people are enjoying it too. Yeah, I'ma love you and leave you. Bye.